HSE delivers the holiday cheers this December. First, we'll hoop it up with college basketball, including high-flying action in the SWC. The NBA soars to all new heights with the Keeneland Dreams Houston Rockets, along with JJ's rising Dallas Mavericks. We'll also air it out with tomorrow's shining football stars in the Shrine Bowl. And take it to the big dance as we deliver the Texas 5A Division I Championship. The holiday spirit spreads this December, and HSE leads the holiday cheers.
Serving America's great sports networks. You're watching Prime Network.
It's Bonfire 1993 at Texas A&M. Greg Lucas of HSE, along with Don Powell, the keeper of the Aggie traditions here at Texas A&M, hosting once again the telecast that is being distributed by Home Sports Entertainment and, of course, originated by KAMU Television. And, Don, this is always quite a treat, and it is certainly bonfire weather tonight.
It is bonfire weather. The temperature dropped about 30 degrees today, and it's what we call bonfire weather around here, and it's pretty cold up on this stage, but it's going to be hot tonight, because like we say here, a hot time in the old town tonight with a bonfire.
Those folks who are watching for the first time on television may wonder what this is all about. Well, it is something that is certainly an Aggie tradition since 1909.
1909, we've been doing it for 85 years now, and so this is a big time for the Aggies.
We'll see the band. We'll see yell practice. We'll see 50, 60,000 fans. It's all coming up. Stay with us.
From Texas A&M University in College Station, Texas, KAMU-TV presents the Texas Aggie Bonfire 93. Major funding for Bonfire 93 has been provided by AT&T. AT&T is proud to sponsor the Fightin' Texas Aggie Bonfire. Win in 93. Additional funding provided by the Association of Former Students at Texas A&M University, 175,000 members strong. And First National Bank of Bryan.
Oh, baby. It's got to be funky.
Because the arenas are rocking in the SWC. The Southwest Conference, the tradition rolls on all season on HSE.
Royal Oaks Racquet Club is a family-oriented health club that has something for everyone. For only $59 per month, you and your family can go swimming in our lap pool, play racquetball in one of our 3 courts, work out with our aerobics instructors, play tennis on one of our 10 newly resurfaced courts, or pump up in our weight training room. And if you join right now, you can save 75% off your initiation fee. Come by and see us at 4455 Carter Creek Parkway in Bryan, or call 846-8838 for more information on Royal Oaks Racquet Club.
Have you experienced the best in barbecue? Tom's Barbecue. Sizzling steaks. Mouth-watering barbecue plates. A fresh salad and fruit bar. It's Tom's Barbecue. Come in today and enjoy our food because
we're cooking up a taste of Texas. Tom's Barbecue.
We're going to also be talking tonight at the Aggie Bonfire with a lot of the folks that are leaders here at Texas A&M. And in fact, we're going to start right off because Don Powell has someone who is, let's just say, rather significant to the university right now.
We certainly do, Greg. I have with me the interim president of Texas A&M University. This is Dr. E. Dean Gage. from the class of 1965, and it's so good to have an Aggie heading up Texas A&M. We're glad you're here, and I hope that you'll want to see all these people see Texas A&M tonight.
Absolutely, Don, and this is what college football, this is what Aggie tradition is all about, and we even have the weather to match it tonight, and the excitement's in the air.
The excitement is in the air, and it is cold weather here tonight, but it's going to be hot pretty soon. Do you care to make a prediction about tomorrow's game?
Oh, I predict that the Aggies are going to win and go to the Cotton Bowl and win this centennial game.
Well, good. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah. We've got some other folks. Speaking of presidents, Greg has got another president here that we want you to talk to tonight. Greg?
This is Jess Curley, the president of the Texas A&M Association of Former Students, class of '67. And you know, there is probably no school that has such an alumni backing as Texas A&M. It must be quite a job to be in charge of all of that.
Well, we think we have the most loyal former students of any university in the country, and we have 175,000 strong and very supportive of Texas A&M.
Boy, there's a lot of them here tonight.
Well, I think we're going to have about 40,000 here tonight, expected.
And there'll be a few in the stands tomorrow.
Well, I think we'll have the stands full, hopefully 70,000 plus tomorrow, most of them Aggies.
Well, you keep them coming back, and certainly with the great traditions of Texas A&M, I know you're happy in your position, and I know all these folks are happy too.
Very much so. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Jess. Jess Curley. And Don, we are going to be continuing, and I think we want to talk a little bit about those folks that we saw at the beginning.
That's exactly
of
right.
The show.
Those folks that started the show have traditionally started this for 15 years that our television show has been on. This is the mascot company, and so I've got some of those folks up here that are going to talk to us.
There you are. They're right behind you.
Yeah, come on here. Yeah, come around this way. We've got the mascot here at Texas A&M is Reveille. We have with us on the stage, this is Reveille the fifth, who is retiring now, and we also are privileged to have Reveille the sixth, our brand new mascot that's going to take over next year. And with her are the folks from the mascot company. This is Jim Lively here. Jim, tell us what you do.
Well, I'm the mascot corporal for Company E2 in the Corps of Cadets, and basically my responsibility is to make sure Reveille gets to all her functions, football games, Aggie Moms Clubs. She goes with me to class. It's my job to take care of her and make sure everything with her responsibilities goes well.
It's a fun job?
It is a very fun job. It's a privilege for me to get to represent the university in such a manner and take a lot of pride in going different places with her.
We also have with you last year's mascot corporal here too. Yeah. Hi. Jeff, you've got Reveille 6 with you.
Yes, sir. That's right. This is Reveille 6. She's from Plano, Texas. A lady by the name of Pat Marshall donated her to Texas A&M University.
I hear she marched in her first parade.
Yes, sir, she did. She marched in the first parade in Fort Worth last weekend for the TCU march-in. She did a good job. Jim carried her all the way through, and she did wonderfully.
When does she officially take over as the mascot?
She's going to officially take over the Monday that all the students get back from Thanksgiving holidays. I believe that's the 29th of November.
Okay, well, that's great. We're glad to have you on. We also have somebody else here. This is the executive officer, Woody Halstead.
Yes, Woody,
how are you?
I'm doing great, sir.
Woody is up here. Come on, Woody, step up here a little bit. Woody's here because the CEO of this outfit is also a yell leader. Is that right?
Yes, sir, he is. Greg Riles, senior yell leader.
He's one of the senior yell leaders, so Woody is representing him tonight. Woody, tell us how the mascot company operates.
Well, sir, it's like a lot of the other outfits in the Corps, but we're one of the special outfits that has a real purpose because we're privileged enough to take care of Reveille.
Well, we're glad you came on the show and glad you started it out for us. I hear the band coming in now, so we're going to have to talk about the band a little bit. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, sir.
Coming into the scene now, approaching the bonfire side, is the Fighting Texas Aggie Band. And I have with me here to talk with me the director of the Fighting Texas Aggie Band, Lieutenant Colonel Ray Toller. You hear the band coming on down. Is that perfect timing?
That's perfect timing, Don, just like everything else.
That's the war hymn that you hear played by the Fighting Texas Aggie Band. It's entering the field now where the bonfire is, led by the Red Pods going ahead of them, the yell leaders. And so you see the band on there now. Tell us, this is the 100th anniversary of the Texas Aggie Band.
We're so proud of that. This is our centennial year, and we're excited about everything that's coming up. Of course, we have this game tomorrow, but we're looking ahead to next spring. We have a centennial tour with the Aggie Band playing concerts in Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio, and we're going to have a whole year in 1994 celebrating the Aggie Band's.
All of 1994 will be the centennial year of the Texas Aggie Band. 100 years ago, started with 13 members. And now how many do you have this year, Colonel Toller?
We have 305 in the band this year. And the band has had a great year, and we're just so proud of them.
Well, it is. It's a wonderful band, and I know we always announce at the beginning of the halftime the nationally famous Fighting Texas Aggie Band. Colonel Toller has told me about when he goes to conventions with other band directors, they always want to know how you're able to do all of this and have a different drill every week. What do you tell them?
Well, it takes a lot of discipline and a lot of pride in what we do. We do put on a different drill every week. We do different memorized music every week, and it's through the discipline and the pride that the band members have that we can do that.
Well, what does it take to be in the Aggie Band? If somebody wanted to be in the Aggie Band, what should they do?
We want them to have high school playing and marching experience and be willing to join the Corps Cadets here at Texas A&M, and that's all that's required. No playing auditions.
That's right. The Texas Aggie Band is unique among college bands in that they all live together in the same dormitories. They eat together in the mess hall. They're part of the Corps of Cadets at Texas A&M, and it is a unique experience among college bands.
We're very proud of the fact that we're attached to the Corps. It's been a great experience for our 100 years, and we like being an integral part of the Corps Cadets here at Texas A&M.
Well, it is a wonderful tradition. You might also mention that you have a new recording that's just been released.
Our centennial recording has just come out, just in time to kick off this centennial celebration that we have, and we're excited about it. We have about 70 minutes of music on this CD and cassette, and we're really proud of that as well.
Those are available at the local stores?
All over town, and here on campus as well.
If somebody really wanted one, they can contact the Texas Aggie Band.
Absolutely. We'd be glad to take care of that.
Okay, well, the band is making its way over there. We appreciate you being on with us, and we're going to talk a little bit about what else is going on here at the Bonfire.
Thank you so much, Don.
Glad to see you.
I thought, Don, you were going to say just in time for Christmas.
Well, just in time for Christmas, that's true. That recording has on it 3 brand new marches, never played by anybody else before, commissioned for the Texas Aggie Band for this centennial. 3 marches, one of them written by the former band director, Colonel Haney, who retired a few years ago, has written a new march, which the band will be playing at halftime tomorrow. It's called Maroon Tattoo. And that's not like I Love You, Mother on My Arm. That's a military formation, an evening formation, a tattoo. And Maroon Tattoo they'll be playing. Also, one of the other marches was written by the new assistant director of the band, Lieutenant Timothy Ray, has written a march called Centennial Celebration. And we have premiered that earlier this year. And then a third march called March Reveille, of all things. So those are 3 marches that no other band has ever played. They're written for the Texas Aggie Band style, which incidentally is a big, bold, brassy sound. And we have the largest bass section of any band in the world now. We have 40 bass horns in the Texas Aggie Band. 24 is a lot, so so that's a big one.
But that is quite a bit. Let's take a look. As we can see in the darkness here out in front, the band has reached the stack. They're marching around. Let's have you explain exactly what.
Well, here's what's happening.
Now.
The band and the red pots have met out here, and they have transferred the flame to the red pots, and they are proceeding to what they call the stack, which is what the bonfire is called before it burns. They're going to proceed around the stack 3 times. It's a tradition. As you well know, Texas A&M University is a very tradition-bound institution. It seems like everything we do is based on some tradition. So they march around the stack 3 times, and then finally when they complete that, and they're playing the war hymn, which is the school fight song, the Aggie war hymn, they will march around it, and then they will position the red pots with their torches around the stack strategically, so that on the signal from the head red pot, they will throw those torches onto the stack, and it will go up in flames. Now to help it, Greg, go up in flames.
Oh yeah, they've got some stuff in there.
Yes, that's right. They have doused it with diesel fuel.
I wanted you to ask you a question, though, about what's on top, because I think that's rather significant. Right now it's dark. Nobody can see it, but what's on top?
What's on top of that is what appears to be an outhouse. And that outhouse has been put up there. It has to be manufactured these days. And in fact, as you can see it here, you also notice it has an Austin City Limits sign on it. This outhouse is supposed to represent a University of Texas tea room, and it traditionally has been hoisted up there, and you'll notice that that is manufactured now by the band sophomores. It was hoisted up late this afternoon to the very top of that bonfire. It's a class of 96, a band sophomores, of course. They put it up there, and so that sign, therefore, says how many miles it is to Austin, and it matches whatever the class year is. In this case, 96 miles. Austin keeps getting further away every year. That goes up on the very top of the bonfire, and so it's going to go up in flames as well.
Now, we got to be honest that there was a time that, let's just say, that wasn't manufactured.
There was a time in the past when there were plenty of outhouses to find, and so they were not manufactured, and farmers in the area would find their outhouse missing the next morning. But fortunately, we don't have to do that anymore.
That's exactly right. And as we say, we are waiting, and in just a few moments, you will actually get to see the torches tossed on the stack and the large Bonfire 93.
That bonfire is going to go up in flames pretty soon. And after we have the bonfire go up in flames, and it will burn for quite some time. In fact, as it will burn for days, as the embers here, that when that happens, people come out here and roast marshmallows on it and keep warm by it, and they for quite some time.
This, by the way, is the second year of this present location. The bonfire was moved.
Yes, it stayed for about 35 years at the location over there, the cadet dormitories, on a place called Duncan Field. Many of the old Army Aggies that are watching tonight will remember that. Prior to that, it was on the drill field in front of the Memorial Student Center, which is now named after General Simpson, one of our distinguished former students. And they moved it from there because it was right in the center of the campus, and there were too many buildings close to it. And so now we moved it over here to what we call the polo field, where there's a lot more room. And when we have 50, 60, 70,000 people here, you need a lot of room around this fire. And when the fire goes up, it gets pretty hot, so people need to back off away from it. So we moved it over here, and it worked very well last year, and it's working again this year. To where it's a much better place. There's better parking over here. It's easier to get to. And it's still close enough to where the cadets live and where the other students live on campus so they can get over here and work on it.
There will be a good number of folks in the attendance here that will be happy to have a little bit of heat coming out from the bonfire tonight, because we had about a 30-degree temperature drop. Those of you that may be watching around the country or in other parts of Texas, about a 30-degree temperature drop from this morning to this evening, and it's a little chilly tonight.
Well, they told us a norther was going to come in. We were hoping it would hold off until after the bonfire, but they talk about bonfire weather here. It has to be rainy and cold, or it's not real bonfire weather. And so all these Aggies here tonight think this is the way it's supposed to be.
Well, it is bonfire weather tonight, and it is impossible from our location to really see how many folks we have out there, but it has been estimated that we could have 50, 60,000.
Well, that's right, and the thing that you have to remember, this is students, and this is former students here. We call our people former students. A lot of people say alumni, and alumni is what most people are used to, but anybody who ever went to Texas A&M is an Aggie. And so whether they graduated or whether they went on to do graduate work or whatever, they're still Aggies. And so they all come out to this, and you'll see generations right down here in front of the stage is a little baby wrapped up in a blanket with her dad. And these people out here, you'll see grandpas and you'll see kids and you'll see all ages. It's a generational thing. And fact is, one of the things about this generational thing, about being an Aggie, 30 years ago was the only year since 1909 that we did not burn a bonfire. 30 years ago, as everybody recalls, President Kennedy was assassinated on the Friday prior when the bonfire was supposed to take place on Wednesday. And of course, the feeling throughout the country was such that they decided that we must do something here. And so they decided that at Texas A&M that they would just not burn the bonfire and they would dismantle it, and they did that. And so an interesting thing happened this year on the 30th anniversary of that. The class of 94, which is the seniors now, determined that the class of 64 didn't get to have their bonfire in the fall of 63, and so they invited all of them back.
And they are all helping out.
And those people have marched in with the red pots this year, those people of class of 64, to help light this bonfire tonight. And that shows that the people from one generation to the next about Aggies, they're all in this thing together. Things don't change that much around here.
And in only seconds, it will be lit as the torches are in position, and they'll get to go.
They have scattered out around the bonfire now, and they're getting ready to throw those torches. And when you throw, when those torches are thrown, you guys are going to see a big bonfire here right on your television screen. You need to come out here next year and experience it yourself. but it is something to see and experience. I've seen a lot of bonfires. Okay, now there it goes.
And look at the folks taking the picture.
torches. And there are all kind of flash bulbs going off throughout the whole crowd. You can just see the lights popping on and off.
This is the most photography I have ever seen.
Oh, yeah, everybody is out here taking pictures now. The fire is beginning very slowly, starting at the bottom of the base of the bonfire, and it'll work its way up to that Texas University tea house that's on the top. But this is a fairly slow starting one. That the fire down there at the base is now it's growing up to the second.
You'll notice that side appears to
on the other side of the bonfire, the flame is really going up now. There are 6 stacks to this bonfire. Those, if you can tell on the camera, that those logs are sawed off nice, even rows, and those are in 6 stacks of logs that are stacked one on top of each other. The 5th stack was put on yesterday by the junior red pots, and the 6th stack was put on this afternoon just prior to the outhouse being put up there by the senior red pots. It's a privilege to get to do that. And those are wired together all around that center pole that we talked about being 55 feet tall. And they're stacked in a cone around there, like a teepee, if you will. And all of these logs, the largest logs, are put on the outside, and it's a tradition among the outfits in the Corps of Cadets, as well as the people who live in the civilian residence halls, and incidentally, that's a term you don't hear at other places. Civilian students, it comes again from the tradition of the Texas A&M having been an all-male, all-military school up until 1963. So, but they will have a log there with their name carved on it. And when I say carved, I'm not talking about little initials, a great big axe carving out of those that will have the name of the dormitory or will have the name of the Corps of Cadets outfit. And those are stacked all the way around the outside.
Well, it's certainly quite a sight, I think, particularly for the folks on the far side right now. This side has not caught quite as much, but it will, and it is going to burn, as pretty evident right now, for a long, long time. And it's only part of the activity that is going to be going on here this evening. Don't forget, we'll have yell practice. You'll get to see that. We'll also be talking with more of the dignitaries on hand. It's all part of Aggie Bonfire 93, and you are watching the 1993 Texas Aggie Bonfire.
The Bowflex Power Pro outperforms Solaflex and Nordic Flex, and we can show you how. Call this toll-free number now, and we'll send our head-to-head comparison video absolutely free. You'll see why the Bowflex cable pulley system can give you better results than Solaflex or Nordic Flex. You'll see how your workouts with Bowflex can be 27% faster than Nordic Flex and 46% faster than Solaflex. Bowflex is more versatile. It comes with a lifetime warranty, and it's simply a better value for you. Sound interesting? Call now, and you'll also receive this fact-filled brochure that details the quality, performance, and convenience that only Bowflex can deliver. Go ahead, call and make your own comparison. The time and money you save will be worth it.
After smashing all records at Escambia High School in Pensacola, Florida, Emmitt Smith went on to become the leading rusher in Florida Gator history. Drafted by Dallas in 1990, Emmitt defied critics and became the leading rusher in the NFL in 91 and 92. Hi, I'm Gene Deckerhoff. Who will be the next Emmitt Smith? Who are the top prospects around the country? And what collegiate program will win the annual recruiting award? Don't miss the show that will uncover the college and NFL stars of tomorrow. Reebok Preseason's College Football Recruiting 93.
Saturdays on HSE.
The bonfire continues to burn here at Texas A&M, and you know, we talk about the football game tomorrow, and tickets tough to get to, really. The ticket line was really a rather busy place.
Well, yes, the students, when they came to get their tickets last week, they had to line up and they camped out in front of the ticket office. They're very ingenious. Aggies are very ingenious people, and pretty smart students too. They find a way to hook up TV sets, and they find a way to move their furniture out there and build tents, and they had a regular tent city out there waiting for the bonfire. You see, they even were cooking their meals out there while they were waiting to buy tickets, not waiting for a bonfire. They're waiting to do that too. But see, there's a nice meal for you, hot dogs and hamburgers. and they just really had a picnic, and they camped out overnight.
Well, it wasn't this cold last night.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that cold. That's true. But they were camping out, buying tickets, and having a good time playing dominoes. So it's an exciting place to be here at Texas A&M. Well, we're getting ready to have our yell practice.
I think so. Let's see.
Yell leaders are making their way up here to the stage. We've got the football team on the stage too, and the coaches.
Why it's so crowded up here, but that's right. The coaches, some of the players, and a yell practice.
Coach Slocum is up here, and and as soon as the yell leaders get here and get in place, we're going to have the yell practice, and they'll start out by doing some of their yells, and then we'll have the war hymn, and we'll have the spirit.
And here we go. We're ready to go.
Here's
This
the
is
yell
yell
practice.
practice. Seeing the names of these yells, and of course these are all Aggie traditions. And talk about the hand signals.
Oh
Don.
yeah, see, we don't have megaphones here either. I don't know whether Texas A&M is a whole lot better or worse than anybody else, but we're certainly different. Hand signals instead of megaphones, so everybody knows what those signals are. No matter how long ago you went to school here, you know how to do it. Greg, you notice that they've got overalls on. This is what they wear to yell practice. They usually wear an all-white uniform at the games, but they've got overalls on because we used to be the farmers. And the fact is, that's the yell they're getting ready to do now, is Farmers Fight. And it harks back to the day when we were agricultural college, and so we were called the Farmers then. So this yell is Farmers Fight. Has been around forever.
And speaking of that, A&M used to stand for something. The A and the M. Now it is A&M, and that's simply a name.
That's right.
And of course, the reason for that is because this is a very large, full university now.
That's right. We were the Agricultural and Mechanical College of Texas up until 1963. And we started as a land-grant college, and of course we still are a land-grant college, and we're one of the few institutions in this country that are also land-grant, sea-grant, and space-grant institutions. This is the war hymn playing now, so let's listen. Now they're doing Saw Varsity's horns off. Everybody with their arms around each other, moving from side to side, indicating they're going to saw the horns off the Longhorns tomorrow.
I think, too, also, Don, the significance of some of these cheers and that particular, the Aggie War Hymn, is it actually makes reference to another school, showing the tremendous rivalry.
That's right.
It's my pleasure tonight to introduce someone.
This is Mark Rollins on the head yeller now.
Over the past few months, I've had the privilege and opportunity to get to know this man, and I can tell you, there's nobody better that could be in this position than the man who's in it right now. He's doing a great job, and you have a reason to be proud. That man is interim president, Dr. E. Dean Gage, class of 1965.
Howdy, Aggs. Let me ask you a question. Is the 12th man alive and well tonight? I want the 12th man to be alive and well tomorrow night so loud that quarterback of TU can't even hear himself think. Will you help me? And I want to see those 12th man towels. This is a big game. Texas won the first one, but we're going to win the 100th one. And the record of 22 consecutive wins will be ours. And these guys will do it. Giggle.
All right, I'm getting ready to introduce someone else real special at Texas A&M University. This man arrived at Texas A&M more than 20 years ago. And since his arrival as head football coach, he's brought the Texas A&M football program to new heights. Tomorrow, as the Texas Aggie football team takes the field, this is one of Coach Slocum's third Southwest Conference football teams to go undefeated in regular season play. Aggies, come and give a big Aggie welcome to Coach R.C. Slocum.
Howdy! You know, all the team up here, when he started talking about somebody arrived here 20 years ago, they all thought he was talking about Dowson. I saw a couple of his brothers a while ago, and I told him I was really concerned whether or not we was going to be able to get him fired up enough for the ball game. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. You know, back early this summer when I spoke to you at the All-U night, I told all of you not to make any plans between Christmas and New Year's because we had some business up in Kyle North. We haven't changed those plans, I promise you. We're planning on being up here at Kyle North, and we're going to spend a week, and we got some unfinished business to do up here in Dallas. I think you all know we still got some work to do here at Kyle South tomorrow night. We need your help to get it done. You know, we've got some people, there's been a lot of talk here in the last few days about what all is going to happen and what all this is going to do and that all is going to do. And I've always talked to our team about winners, and there's something real particular to winners. Winners don't do a whole lot of talking before the game because they're too busy preparing to win the game. They get in the game, they don't do a lot of talking because they're too busy trying to win the game. And you know what? When the game's over, winners don't have to say anything. They've already done it. We've had one group here the last few days done a whole lot of talking. They'll be probably talking during the game tomorrow night too. And they'll be talking all the rest of the year trying to explain why they didn't get it done this time. We appreciate you. We look forward to the ball game tomorrow night, and I second what Dr. Gage said. That I hope when that crowd shows up tomorrow night, they'll leave here talking about the 12th man. I've got a couple of players here, two seniors who have been very instrumental in the successes we've had, and I can tell you this string of 21 victories that our team last week tied the all-time record number of consecutive victories. And they asked me about that after the ball game and how that was accomplished. And I said, you know what, it would take me a long, long time to try to tell you how that was accomplished because there were so many people involved. We had a great bunch of unselfish players involved in that made that happen. I had a great bunch and have a great bunch of unselfish assistant coaches that worked very hard to keep this thing in focus. We've had a very supportive administration here at Texas A&M. that has allowed us to be competitive. And you go on out to the thousands of people out here who have come week after week and been very supportive of this football team. And all of you and all of us together were able to pull off something special, but we haven't finished. Tomorrow night, we put the victory on there tomorrow night that puts us up there in the class by ourselves. Right now, we're sharing that record right now. We've won half the championship, and I told the players this week, the last thing on earth I'd ever want is to have a co-championship on my ring. I want that sucker by myself. First of all, representing our offense, a senior from San Antonio, been a great starter for us, Greg Sharp, our tight end.
Howdy, Eggs. First things first, this team would just like to thank everybody, thank all the student body and everybody involved with the Bonfire. This is a great tradition, and there's nothing like this anywhere else in the country, I promise you. Next, for the game tomorrow, we've got a great group of seniors here, and we're going to play our hearts out tomorrow because the 4 years I've been here, we've never lost a game on Kyle Field, and we don't plan on losing tomorrow night either. Just like to thank you once again for our support, and we'll see you tomorrow night. We'll see you on the 1st up in Dallas.
Next, representing our special teams, a senior place kicker, Terry Venatulis.
Howdy, Eggs! I can't express the feeling that I'm feeling right now, sitting up here as I look and I see over 50,000+ people, knowing that there's going to be about 40 more thousand tomorrow at the game. I've been here for 5 years, almost as long as Dawson. He's been here longer. And every time a game like this comes around, you can always sense the atmosphere. It seems to always be buzzing, you know, right around here in College Station. People coming in from all over, got family coming in. It's a big night. It's Thanksgiving. It means a lot to us. And just like Coach says, you know, they've been saying a lot of talk and all that stuff. I don't care what everybody says because it doesn't really matter. Because just like Coach says, when the game's over, we don't have to say one word. We don't even have to point to the scoreboard. If we win, it's all that matters. And with your support, there's nothing that can stop us. I believe we can go all the way. Anyway, thanks for y'all's support. Thanks for all the memories. God bless. I love y'all. Thanks.
And next, representing the Wrecking Crew, Steve Solari.
Howdy, Eggs! I said, howdy, Eggs!
Well, I tell y'all what, there's a lot of people out here. Woo! I tell you what, reason why I came back here to Texas, I want to play for a winning organization, a winning team, and go to a school that had pride and just show the leadership for the whole state of Texas, and I think that's Texas A&M. Let's get on this TU game. Everybody know we got to take care of some business tomorrow. And the business we got to take care of is Texas Longhorns. Like Coach Slocum said, you know, long as they've been talking all this noise, you know, and I mean, that just goes so, I mean, if you have problems winning, you're going to talk a little noise. Am I right? I mean, in the show, I mean, none of the guys here from A&M been talking about because we're used to winning. So, I mean, everything's been set up here. We just want to go out there and take care of business. We'd like to thank everybody out there for the support, and we hope to see everybody out there at the game tomorrow. Thank you.
Getting ready to do 3 more yells now. Harking back to our military tradition, this yell is called military.
I have a little co-announcer next to me here, Reveille. She keeps up with it, doesn't she, Don?
Oh, yes, she does. You notice that she is yelling when everybody else yells, too. Harking back to the fact that they talk about the military tradition here, and the people who went to school here a long time ago are called Old Army. And that's what that yell is for. You notice it was TAMC, Texas A&M College. And that's an old-timey yell. This yell is the closest we come to anybody else's yell right here. It's called locomotive. This is a good yell practice, but the bonfire this year has been a little bit different.
Yeah, it's not out, but the wind has been a major problem with this cold front moving through, and it is just barely burning on some locations. And wouldn't be surprised if someone restarts it a little later. You can see on the back side a little bit of fire, but on our side, the wind has been a problem.
Oh, yeah.
And now here's a traditional recitation by the head yell leader, the last quarter.
It was Judgment Day in Aggie land, and tenseness filled the air. All knew there was a trip at hand, but not a soul knew where. Assembled on the drill field was the world-renowned 12th man, and the entire fighting Aggie team, and the famous Aggie band. And out in front with Royal Guard, the reviewing party stood, and St. Peter with his angel staff was choosing bad from good. First he surveyed the Aggie team, and in turn of the angels, and in terms of the angels swore, by Jove, I do believe I've seen this gallant group before. I've seen them since way back when, and I know they've got the grit. I've seen them lose and I've seen them win, but I've never seen them quit. No need for us to tarry here, deciding upon their fate. 'Tis as plain as the halo on my head that they've opened heaven's gate. And when the 12th man heard this, they let out a mighty yell that shook that echoed the gates of heaven and shook the gates of hell. And St. Peter looked over and said, "Who is this group upon the side?" He asked to his aid. And he swelled with burst with pride. When our judgment made, that by sir, that's the Cadet Corps, who's known both far and wide for supporting our Aggie team where they won or lost or tied. Well then, said St. Peter, it's very plain to see that within the realms of heaven they should spend eternity. And tell the Aggie band to commence to start to play. For upon this day their fates shall be decided too. And the Aggie band began to play the spirit with notes so loud and clear. And then thousands of Aggie voices joined in and sang the song they held so dear. And when the band was finished, St. Peter wiped his eyes and said, "Men, it's plain to see, they're meant for paradise.
the cadet colonel of the Corps. As he said, boys, it's just another Corps trip. We'll just march in behind the band.
While he had some trouble remembering all the lines to it, this isn't like church. The Aggie fans here were, they took it good-naturedly.
Oh, sure. Well, this is a long poem, and it's a traditional poem. This is the only time that's ever read, and the yell leaders attempt to memorize it, and it means a lot to a lot of Aggies. This is the alma mater, the spirit of Aggie.
At Bonfire Wednesday night, he said 2 years ago the Texas athletic director called the day of the game and complained about crowd noise. I suspect it will even be louder tomorrow night. It was. Texas had a delay of game waiting for the noise to subside, and 2 offensive penalties by linemen jumping outside because they couldn't hear the quarterback. A reporter from the Austin American Statesman wrote, "The Longhorns had every reason to lose their poise. The crowd was so loud that Texas quarterback Brent Stafford stepped away from the line 4 times before he was able to take a single snap. So many white towels were being whipped around in the stands that they almost lowered the wind chill and created their own crosswind." Aggies, let me tell you something. Come tomorrow on Kyle Field about 7 o'clock. We're going to have to play a hell of a ball game, and we're going to need you there too. We're going to need you there to be a big part of the 12th man. I was talking to Seth Dockery, who played in that football game back in 1987. And he told me, Mark, he goes, that crowd got so loud that the 12th man actually was part of our football team, and they were down on Cal Field playing with us. We need you tomorrow night, Aggies. Bring your 12th man towels and bring your voice, because Cal Field's going to get loud. Let's beat the hell out of TU.
I think that's her favorite yell, Greg.
I think so.
Got to do it again.
The signal for it is rather inventive, too.
on the lead over here. Toby, tell Grant, tell the freshman. Right here? Yeah, and Toby's going to lead through the truck. Oh! Hey! Hey!
That will actually conclude the yell practice portion of this, but Don and I will continue with some conversation. And reminder, of course, you're watching the 1993 Texas Aggie Bonfire.
Rocket basketball on HSE. You're facing the action. Shooting. Rebounding. Passing. Defense. Bang, it's got to happen. Don't miss.
More people rent to own with Aaron's because it costs lots less. Here's what you pay elsewhere for a 25-inch remote control TV, and it takes 18 months to own it. But here's what you pay at Aaron's for a brand new one, and you own it in just 12 months. Look at the savings. 12 months, not 18, every day on everything in the store. Call now and get it today.
Anything you want, anytime you want it at Aaron's. We got it for less.
Don't miss Showtime's Best of '93. It was a very good year. Order Showtime now in time to see this incredible month-long event. All December, all the best blockbusters. The best Showtime original movies, family, comedy, Showtime Championship Boxing, Showtime's Best of '93, all December. Order Showtime now.
One thing that Don Powell and I want to talk about is a spirit campaign. I talked about the fact that Aggie spirit is unique around the entire country.
That's right, but one of the things about spirit, we talked about, I've seen a lot of spirit here tonight. We're having a capital campaign called Capturing the Spirit, and we'd like to give you a little message about how we're doing on that now. We'll show you some progress on that.
$331 million means a lot to Texas A&M. It means untold opportunity for tomorrow's Aggies. It means the Capturing the Spirit campaign is ahead of schedule in its trek toward $500 million. Thousands of friends and former students are involved, including faculty and staff here at A&M. They alone have committed nearly $3 million. To find out how you can help A&M become one of America's leading public universities, contact the campaign office at 1-800-392-3310.
We're right here. I've got the man who can tell us about this bomber. This is David Zulke, the head Red Pot. David, how are you?
I'm just fine tonight, sir.
Tell us about this bonfire that it's kind of unusual tonight.
Well, sir, actually this is unusual. This first year it's never really been gone up in flames. We put a little less fuel on it, hoping that it would stand up a little longer, but it looked like it backfired on us.
Well, it's going to stand up a long time at the rate that it's burning right now.
Yes, sir. They're attempting right now to put a little bit more fuel on it, relight it some, so it'll go up really good.
Okay, you got some crew down there working on it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you also got people from the Fireman's Training School?
Yes, sir. Fireman's Training Schools came in this afternoon, and they put the original fuel in there, put 250 gallons on ours.
Okay, so we're going to have it under control pretty soon.
Yes, sir. It's burning actually on the back of the south side with this north wind. With the northern came in this afternoon, has brought it out, and it's kind of blown out the front side a little bit.
Okay, well, it'll burn, and we're going to be to you tomorrow anyway, right?
That's right, sir. Gig 'em.
Okay, David, thank you for coming on.
Thank you, sir.
Greg, I think you've got somebody here that's really important and a lot of folks want to hear from.
Actually, probably the most important non-player, and that's R.C. Slocum, the head coach of the Aggies. You talked about how important this game is. Certainly, it would be 22 consecutive conference victories, which would be a new record. The Cotton Bowl is on the line, league championship outright. And, of course, it's just against TU, a team that just happens to be your biggest rival.
Well, I think it's a great game. I think it's very fitting that two great universities here in the state of Texas can come together on Thanksgiving night, nationally televised game, trip to the Cotton Bowl at stake, and that's the way it should be, and it's a fitting end to an exciting Southwest Conference season.
Let us take a look at some of the highlights in a game that you had against TCU. Of course, you've had a tremendous season. Everything in a lot of areas, some of the young players have gotten great experience, and they've gotten better every week.
Well, I've really been pleased with the way our team has progressed. See Tony Harrison here running for a touchdown. Had a blitz situation against TCU, and Corey Pullig, our fine young quarterback, did a good job of executing that play. And I've been pleased. We had an open date in the last 2 weeks. We came off that against Louisville and TCU. I think had a good team performance. Here we see Greg Hill, a young man from Dallas Carter High School, making a 94-yard touchdown run, the second, really actually tied the longest run in school history.
This has been a great year, and of course another Cotton Bowl is at stake tomorrow. It's gotten to be that, as you point out, Aggies call it Kyle Field North. You have been rather familiar faces up there.
Well, we've been very fortunate the last 2 years. We've had an opportunity to win the Southwest Conference Championship and go to Dallas in the Cotton Bowl, and we look forward to going out and playing tomorrow night and hopefully winning that ball game and going back again. We love that opportunity.
Are you a superstitious sort?
I'm not superstitious at all. I think good players and good football teams win football games.
Well, I ask you that because I don't know what the significance of the bonfire not burning is.
You know, for years we went here and people said, oh, Lord, we've got no chance. You know, the pole broke in the middle before midnight and the bonfire fell, and we've dispelled that. So I really don't worry about bonfires or anything like that. I worry about those players on the field. If they're out there humming and that and the 12th man in the stands, we'll be fine.
Okay, well, good luck tomorrow, and thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
R.C. Slocum, the head coach of the Aggies, tremendous coach, tremendous guy, really, too. He's and I'm speaking as much a neutral person as I can be. He's a tremendous guy, been a tremendous coach, and done a great thing for the program here.
A great leader. You know, we're about out of time here, but I've got some folks with us up here that we want to talk to for just a very minute. Jason Blayman's the head drum major of the Fighting Texas Aggie Band. Jason?
Pretty good.
Going to tell me who all these people are with you up here. Why don't you introduce these guys?
We got the band commander. This is Jason Hernsberger. He's in charge of the whole band. We got the infantry band drum major. This is Mike Davison. The artillery band drum major is Troy Davison. They're my right-hand men.
Well, we got you on, but we're out of time, so I'm glad you came up here. You guys are doing a great job. Oh, thank you.
Hey, Don, again, it was great being here. Again with you. I guess this is about our 8th or 9th that we've done together, and you've done a few more just on Cameo. Well, it's getting better and better.
I've done 15, and since you've been here, everything's been great. This is the most unusual one. You can write a book about this one tonight.
Fortunately, we've seen some video of what the fire normally looks like.
Yes, that's what we ought to run, is some previous bonfire and patch that in on this show.
They're going to get it started again. Again, thanks to everyone, and goodbye from Kyle Field, Aggie Bonfire 93.
This has been Texas Aggie Bonfire 93. Major funding for Bonfire 93 was provided by AT&T. AT&T is proud to sponsor the Fightin' Texas Aggie Bonfire. Win in 93. Additional funding provided by the Association of Former Students at Texas A&M University, 175,000 members strong. And by First National Bank of Bryan.
College hooping, fast breaking, monster jamming, quick releasing, net singing. Figaro, Zone 10, ball thieving, coast to coast, sweet dishing, always finishing. No, that's right. Rim hanging, trash talking, floor mopping, cheerleading. No. Fancy dribbling, alley-ooping, fans love it, ranting, raving, brick throwing, mason laying. Not in my house, no looking, clean driving, basket ringing, in your facing. HSE's hooping across the nation. Polyurethane treads, air-cushioned heels, deep grooves, all designed to enhance performance, making these soles tough shoes to fill. The Dallas Mavericks are making strides, cutting, pivoting, leaping, doing whatever it takes to take the air out of the competition.
At HSE, we're not just showing off our shoes. We're showing that the Dallas Mavericks have some tough souls.
The Mavericks stomp the competition all season on HSE.